Hello everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class. My name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, 케이진입니다. And 짠, oops, 침침이. Actually, I was having a problem with the mic before starting our lesson, so I was like almost throwing chimchim, like, hey, it's lesson time. Chimchim was dying. Okay, it's time to study. Chimchim. Okay, sit down properly because it's time to study. In the class, you have to sit down well to focus on the lesson. So how are you guys? Thank you so much for joining today's lesson. And today's topic is how to read big Korean numbers in Korean. Yes. In Korean and in Korea, we use a lot of big numbers. It's because, as I mentioned last week, the like $1 in Korea is about 1,000 won. So the one is 1,000, meaning already like $100 is how much is it? It's already a big money in Korea. So you need to know lots of big numbers. But it's not difficult, so please don't worry. And thank you so much for joining today's class too. I see your name here. So 안녕하세요, 지훈, 탈, and Nikhil, and Essie the Great. Kwati, let Chim sleep. No, Chim should be awake to teach you Korean. 코디 안녕하세요, and Trevor, and Sad Bleed 안녕하세요. Can you please do a live next for small numbers? I already did the small numbers, but don't worry. Today I have a very quick review of the small numbers. So you should be okay. Don't worry about it. And as usual, before starting our lesson, I have an announcement. 짠! If you click the link in the description, now you can see some kind of deal. Yes, we are now doing many deals actually. That's why you can get up to 60% off and you can learn Korean with thousands of Korean lessons. Isn't it amazing? It's not just like 10 or it's not just 1,000. It's like, I think it's over 2,300 something. That's a lot. So you will never run out of Korean learning materials if you become the member of Korean Class 101. So I think it's a great deal. So please check it out. Yay! That's awesome. Okay, so let's start today's lesson. Let me share the screen for you right now. Ta-da! 짠! These numbers are so cute, isn't it? They all have face. By the way, what is number in Korean? Do you know how to say number in Korean? Number. Number is 숫자. Let me write it for you. Is 숫자. 숫자 means number. 숫자. All good? Okay. Oh, and of course on Facebook too. Wow. Thank you so much for joining as always. 짠. I'm looking at the Facebook comments too. Okay. So, yes, as I just mentioned, this is a deal. Some of the deals are sold out. So if you want to get the deal, you should hurry and get the deal that you want. Okay, so 짠. So let's review quickly the small numbers because I know some of them you want to know how to say small numbers. And here is a quick screen for you. It would be great if you can quickly review it. 짜라라란! if you're alone at home, please make sure to repeat after me for your great practice, for your practice. So first, we have this 0 or 0. 0, 0 and 0. Both of them means 0. Both of them means 0. Yay! And next we have this 1. 1. 1 means 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. And next we have 짠, this 2. 2. 2. As you can guess, it means just 3. 2. 2. I'm now looking at 3 and I made a mistake. By the way, E is always 2. E. E. Number 3 is 3. 3. And 크리스 감사합니다. Is it a Christmas gift? Thank you so much for your donation. 메리 크리스마스. And June, that's a good point too. I'll talk about the pure Korean number very soon after reading these Sino-Korean numbers. And 3 is 3. 4. 4 is 4. 4. 4. 5 is 5. 5. 6 is 6. 6. And 7 is 7. 7. 8 is 8. 8. 9 is 9. 9. Okay, I think review is over. Review is over. And as I just mentioned, this is Sino-Korean number. Well, do you know about Sino-Korean number? So basically in Korea, there are 2 kinds of Korean numbering system. 2. Not 3 or 4. Lucky for you, just 2. Simple. Sino-Korean numbers. And another one is native Korean numbers, or sometimes we say pure Korean numbers. Native or pure Korean numbers. Or it says Sino, or sometimes we say Chinese Korean numbers. So basically, Sino-Korean numbers are the numbers originated from the Chinese numbers. And native Korean numbers are pure Korean numbers. As you can guess from the name, it's just a pure Korean number. So we have these 2 kinds of numbering system. And which one do we use more often? It depends. But I think definitely this one is more common. Chinese Korean numbers, the Sino-Korean numbers. For the Sino-Korean numbers, we use it for count money. Money is important, right? Because when you visit Korea, you always have to buy something and pay something. And in that case, we use Sino-Korean numbers. That's why Sino-Korean numbers is very important. For money or even phone numbers. Like, what is your phone number? My phone number is 123560021. By the way, this is not my real phone number. It's just an example. So, phone number or the room number. What is your room number? Or, in many cases. So, especially for big numbers, it's like trillion or 5 billion. 6 million. For these big numbers, we don't say these numbers in native Korean numbers. We use these Sino-Korean numbers. So today we are going to talk about big numbers, right? Large Korean numbers, high numbers. So we will only talk about these Sino-Korean numbers. 수미 just mentioned 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Those are native Korean numbers. And good job, Sumi. Good job, Sumi. But today's focus is these Sino-Korean numbers. Okay? Kwati, 1 to 10 sounds similar to Japanese numbers. Exactly, because these Japanese numbers are also also influenced by the Chinese numbers. Okay, so let's focus on Chinese numbers. And the numbers that I'm showing right now is the Sino-Korean numbers. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, now we are moving to the big numbers. Don't be scared for these big numbers. You will be okay. Large numbers, up to trillion. Actually, I prepared even more. even more if you want to learn more. 짠! First is 10. 10. Repeat after me if you are alone at home. If you are at work or on bus, repeat after me quietly. But 10. 10 means 10. 10. And 100. 100. 100 means 100. 100. And now you have this. 1000 is 1000. 1000. 1000. Good? And in English, you don't have this word. You say 10,000. So you don't have a separate word for 10,000. But in Korean, we do have a name for it, which is man. Man. Man is 10,000. And now we have 100 million. 100 million. That's 억. 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 By the way, do you see K at the end here? So if you are an English speaker, you probably say it like this. 억. 억. But this is not 억. 억. It's just 억. Try not to say k sound at the end. 억. This too, some people say it's like sip, sip, sip. But we don't have the p sound at the end. It's just sip. There's no sip. Okay? Lastly, we have trillion. Trillion. 조. 조. And do you need to know 조? Do you? What do you think? Do you need to know 조? This is a big amount of money, right? But actually, when you watch Korean news, you will hear this. Well, of course, in daily life, we do not use it. I mean, if you are super rich, or why not? You can use it. But I'm a normal person in Korea. And I don't use this much of money in my daily life. Like, oh, I bought a house and it was 1 trillion. I never say that. So it's not a common word. But if you watch Korean news, especially it's about Korean economy, you will hear this a lot. It's trillion. 조, 조, 조. And for those of you who want to be even advanced, here's some tip. Can you read this number? 짠. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm not saying you have to know these numbers, but I'm just saying, oh, it's just good to know. Why not? How can you read this number? Do Korean have this number in Korean word? Yes, of course we do. This is 짠. 경. 경. 짜자잔. Yes, it's 경, by the way. And do we use this word a lot in Korea? Not a lot, but again, if you watch lots of economy news about economy, then you will hear this number. For example, recently, I watched a news about the debt of the US government. US government has a lot of debt. And the number of the debt in Korean money is several 경, 10 quadrillion. So don't worry about these numbers. Honestly, you don't have to memorize that, but it's just fun to know, isn't it? I find it fun to know these big numbers. So I'm just giving more numbers for your practice or just for fun. So don't worry, but we have these numbers. And for those of you who are very, very, very curious about the number, here you are. Can you read this number? Can you read this number? So how many zeros are there? How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 20 zeros. Can you read it? In Korea, we do have name for this. Is 짠 해. Honestly, I think I'm a native Korean person who grew up in Korea. I went to schools in Korea, but I never used this number, by the way. Just for your information. It's 해. 100 quintillion. And after 해, of course, there are some more numbers, but I don't even remember because I never used. I think some Korean people know up to this number, 해, but I never seen anyone using 해 or above this number, so I don't think you need to know it, but it's just a quick information for you. So anyway, today's focus is not this 경 and 해, so forget about it. Let's focus on these numbers. Actually, this number, 억, is very important. Maybe it's because Korean people love investing houses or apartment. And normally when you buy one house, at least the minimum number is like this, 100 million. Well, definitely, I think in Seoul, if you want to buy one apartment, it depends on the reason. So please don't think the number that I'm saying is the average, but it depends on the size and location and etc. But just think it's like 500 million won. That's why when you talk about houses or apartment, almost always we use this 억. Okay, anyway, these are really big numbers, so let's practice these numbers. If you want to live in Korea, definitely you need to know up to 억, because Korean people talk about houses a lot. But if you are just traveling in Korea, you just need to know up to this number. By the way, 10,000 won seems big number, right? But 10,000 won is just $10, by the way. $10 only. That's why the minimum start from $10, people. So you need to know more. Okay, so let's practice. 짜자잔, review of large numbers. 짠, what is 10? 10 is 10, right? 10. So this is 10th unit. 10th unit is 10의 자리. 10. The place for 10. So if there are just two digits, the first digit is for 10. How about this? 100. 100 is 100. How about this? 짠, 1000. 1000 is 1000. 1000. Now we have 10,000. 10,000 in Korean is 만. All good? Are you still following me? By the way, have you noticed I didn't say 100. I said just 100. It's because if the number here, for example, 짠, number in 10 or 100 or 1000 or 만, there's only one. We don't say 100 in daily life. We don't say 100. We just say 100. You don't need to say 1. If you just say 100 only, 100 only, everyone in Korea knows, it's just 100. You don't need to say 1 because 100 itself is just default. It's just 100. 1002, you don't have to say 1000. You can say just 1000. Then Korean people know that that's 1000. So if you say just 1, you don't have to say that because all Korean people know by default. This too, it's not 일만. We do use 일만 in the bank or some accounting purposes, but in real life, when you pay the money or when you talk about big numbers with Korean people, we don't say 일만. It's just 만. Then how about this? If you have more number here, is 10만. The pronunciation is 10만, by the way. 10만. Because it's 10 and 만. 10 and 만. There are 10 of 만. There are 만. And they're 10 times. Does it make sense? So, same in English. Since you don't have 만 in English, for example, there is 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So after 1,000, you use the number, right? 1, 10, 100. It's same in Korea. In Korea, we say 10, 10, 만 means 10,000. And next number is, this number is 100만. Why is it 100만? 100. There are 만 of 100. 100만. Does it make sense? 100 times, right? Yes, 100 times. What is 100 after? 1000. Yes, it's 1000만. 1000만. Why is it 1000만? Because there are 1,000 here, 1,000 만. So there are 만 1,000 times. Does it make sense? So after 만, you just repeat this number again. 10, 100, 1000. Same. After 억, what happens? Is there other numbers? No, actually, you repeat these numbers again. 10, 100, 1000. Let's practice. Done. How about this? This is 억. How much is 억? It's 100 million. 100 million. And from 억 is a big number, so we started putting 1. If there is just one 1 before 10, 100, 1000, 만, you don't have to say 1. But from 억, you need to say that 1억. 1억. So this is 억, but how many? How many 억? It's just 1억. 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 It's a big number. I know this is a really big, so let's practice to get used to it. 짜자자자잔. Oh, before this, we have a deal. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description. Now we have this 55% off 24 month. But if you're not sure if you want to learn 24 month, then check out this. You can buy like 1 month or 2 months, 3 months. But it's not 55% off, but it's 47%, but it's still a good deal. And if you want to get the lifetime account, you pay just once this amount, almost $600, lower than $600, $599 for Korean Class 101. Then you can use Korean Class 101 membership forever in your life until you die. So forever, basically for good. So pay this amount of money and use our website forever. Up to you. Anyway, let's practice now. How to read large numbers in Korean. So this is a key point today. First, say the number you see in the beginning. So what number do you see? You read the number. Read the number. And next, you say the unit of the number. Is it in the 10th digit or 100 digit or 300 digit? Check it out. And just say the unit of the number. And you repeat this. You just repeat. Say the number and say unit. You say the number, say the unit. Say the number, unit, repeat until you read all the numbers. Oh, June said my dad thinks Korean Class 101 is a hacker. What? We're not a hacker. We have IT team always looking at our server and checking all the security stuff 24 hours. So trust us. I also have an old account on Korean Class 101. So if that happens, that I will know that. But I know our website is so safe. Okay, so please remember, you need to say the number and say the unit. That's it. Until you read all the numbers. Let's practice. So what's this number? Read this number first. What is this number? What is 3 in Korean? 3 in Korean is 3, right? 3. And what's the unit here? Unit is 10, right? 10. So it's 10. And next, read the number 1. What is the unit? Well, for this last one, you don't have the unit, so you don't need to read. So it's 31 because read the number first. Read the number first and say unit 10. 1. 31. So like this. This is a math class. Yes, for you. Trevor, very good. You did a good job. So it's 31, 31. 31. Oh, Kailon, you are smart. So you understood everything. Very good. Okay, so next quiz for you. How can you read this number? In English, it's 500. Actually, English is the same too. 5 is the number, right? 5. What is 5 in Korea? In English, it's 5, right? What is 100 in English? It's 100. I'm saying the answer. Okay. And 62, right? Right? So in English too, you say the number first and say the digit. What's the unit? Unit is 100, 500. It's actually same in Korea. What's the number this? This number is 5. 5 in Korean is O. And what's the name of this? What's the name of this digit? It's 100, right? 100. 100 is 100. So it's 500. And what is this number? It's 6. And what is the unit? It's 10, right? 10. And number 2. This doesn't have any unit, so it's E. So the answer is O, because the number is O. Unit is back. 562. 562. 562. 562 is 562. Very good, Essie the Great, Nikhil. Good job. June, yes, you're having hard time remembering numbers. Actually, that's not only you, everyone in the world. And it's not only for Korean, but I learned English, I learned Japanese, I learned French, and whenever I learn the numbers, I have to memorize units and numbers, so it's confusing. Not only you, don't worry, you need practice. K. Smith, 안녕하세요. JJ 562, very good. Okay, so are you ready for even more challenge? John, can you read this number? I think now you got used to it, right? What's the number of this? It's 8. 8 in Korean is 8. And the unit is 1000, right? 1000. So even in English, you will say 8,000, right? 8,000. So 8,000. And now you will say 300 in English too, right? 8,300. So 8,000, 3 is 3, 100 is 100. So 8,300. And what is 7 in Korean? 7 is 7. And the unit is 10. And what is 9 is 9. So 8,379 in Korean is 8,379. All good? All good? Are you on the same page as me? S the Great, very good. Trevon, awesome. Kylon, very good. And 삼요, 감사합니다. And Hank, 감사합니다. And Nikhil is 8,379. 지훈, very good. Emily, this chart make it so easy to understand. Happy to hear that. So here are more chart for you. John, how about this? 23,050. It's a big number. 23,050. How is it? So let's read the number first. What's the number here? It's E. 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 And what's the digit? What's the digit? It's 만. 만. Diamond, why isn't it 1 at the end of the place this time? You mean this part? Here usually we don't use any unit. We don't have any unit, so you don't read anything. It's just 9 and finish. You don't need to read this for the last one, for the last number. Okay. I made sure to give the Korean video lesson a like and thumbs up before it started. 감사합니다. By the way, if you're watching this video, please don't forget to give thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment. Flash hello. And wow, it's the grade. You got the answer. Very good. So it's E and the unit is 만, right? 2만. And what's this number? 3. 3. What's the unit? 1000. So 2만 3천. There's a 0. 0. You don't need to read that. Even in English, do you read this number? Like 23,000, 0. You don't use it in English, right? Same in Korean. We don't use. Ignore this if it's 0. Ignore. And oh, there is number. So read it. 5, 5, 5. And what's the unit? It's 10. 10. And this is 0. So ignore. So the answer is 23,050. That's it. Profit Pro. Yes, it's hard because it's a big number. And actually, can you see this? We did 23 slides. 23 slides already. So if you didn't watch this video from the beginning, please watch from the beginning so you can practice from the small numbers. Grij 23,000. It's not 천, it's 3,000. And 지훈 23,050. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Now, are you ready for more challenge? Rumbo. Yes, exactly. So now you can read this number, right? Is 짠. What is this number? Is E, right? What's this digit? What's the unit? It's 2,000. And this 0, so you don't have to read it. How about this? What is this number? It's E, right? What is this unit? It's 10. How about this number? What is this number? E. And at the end, in the first digit, in the one digit, you don't need to read the unit because there's no unit. So 2022, which is this year, is 2022. 2022. Rumbo, good question. Yes. By the way, year 2020 is 2022년. You need this, the counter. If you just say 2022, nobody knows this is a year. Maybe this is your room number or we have no idea. But put 년 if you want to say this is a year 2022. 지훈, very good. So next year is 2023. It's 2023년. 2023년. I think you understand this now, right? Okay, then what's even bigger number? How about this? 짠. Before talking about bigger number, please remember as you saw this, after 만, there is no number like other numbers. So in English, you say this like after thousands, you say 10,000, 100,000. So you use existing number, right? Existing number, which is 10 or 100. In Korean too, after 만, we don't have number, so we use the existing number, which is 10, 1,000, 10 or 100 or 1,000. We use this number after this. We repeat this number, okay? Let's see how it looks like. So, 짜자잔. How about this? Can you now read this number? Now it's complicated. Will there be a lesson note for this lesson, this class? Of course. I already uploaded the lesson note on koreanclass101.com/live. If you go to this page, you can download lesson note with 4 pages of explanation, examples, and practices. There's quiz too, so you can practice numbers and you can find the answers in the on the page. So check it out. There's 4 pages. It's free if you are the member of koreanclass101.com. You don't need to pay. You don't need to pay anything to use my this lesson notes. So check it out. koreanclass101.com/live. Yay! Okay, so how can you read this? First, read this digit number. This number first is 3, right? 3. Stoa, yay! Lesson notes available. Of course, we always have lesson notes available. It's 3. And there's nothing. It's because after man there's no. So what is this? 31. 31 in Korean is 31, right? 31. After man you repeat this number. It should be 10. 31만. Does it make sense? After man there's no number. Like 10, 100, 1000만. Blah blah blah. No, there is no number. So we repeat this number again. 10, 100, 1000만 here. So 31만 8천. Oh, there's nothing, so I don't read this. Oh, it's not 5, right? It should be 9. By the way, everyone forget about this. It should be 9. 9 is 9, which is 9. It should be 31만 8,090. Very good. That's the great. You didn't get tricked by me. So I was also seeing if anyone is just reading these numbers written here, but actually you guys are reading yourself. Very good. Very good. Daily menu, awesome. Nikhil, awesome. Oh, for some reason I thought 31 was 선생님. It's a different word. 31 means 31. Okay, so 31만 8,090. 90, and there's a 0, so we don't read it. Next. Even bigger number. Now, 짠. This is 1. But do you remember? We do not read 1 before 100. Or before 1000. Or before 10. Before 만 2. However, please remember, before this man, I said 31만, right? 31만. Because before man, there's a 31, not just 1. If there is just 1 only, then we say 만 only, 18,000. But this is 31. It's not just 1. There are even more numbers. In that case, you need to use 1만. So 31만. Does it make sense? Okay. Enjoy lunch, Jiun. So here, there is a number 100, because it only has 1. There's no more numbers. If there's more numbers, you need to read this number, but there's nothing. So, 짠. 100, because it's 만, 10만, 100만, 1000만. So it's 100, 50, because do you remember we repeat this number here? So it's 100, 100, read this number, 50만, there is one, so you have to read this, 1000, 150만, 1000, what is this number? 500, there's nothing, so you don't read it. Oh, good. It's a big number, but 150만 1,500. This one is tricky. I know. if you think this is tricky, actually you can separate the numbers. Read these numbers first. Read these numbers. Can you read this number? Can you read this number? This one is 100, right? 100. What is 100? Because it's 1, but again, as I mentioned, if before 100, 1000, 10,000, and 10, you don't read 1, so ignore this. But read the unit only, 100. And what is this number? 5. 5. And what's the unit? 10. So it's 150, 150. And put 만. And now you start reading this number again. You start reading the rest of the numbers. So if the number gets bigger, then cut from between 만, cut this number. Cut. So read these numbers first and say 만, and read these numbers again. Clear? Read this number again. Read these numbers only and say 만 and read this number. So just like this. 150 is 150 and I say 만. 150만. Now read. 1500. That's it. Okay. I want to learn Korean language. I know. That's why we are all here to learn Korean. And 카시씨 안녕하세요. 가일론 저도 감사합니다. Large numbers. I know it's not easy, but it's same for all languages in my experience. I think Korean large numbers are relatively easy. Easier than other languages in my experience. Now, the hard one. What is this number? 1. From ok is too big number. It's too large. So you need to say the number here. Usually if there are numbers 1 here, then you don't read 1, right? But here is too big. So we start reading 1, which is 1. And what's the unit here? Is ok. 1억. Now, after 만, I said cut this. Cut. And read this number. So what is this number? 5,000, right? 5. What is 5? It's 5. And what is 1,000? 1,000 in Korean is 1,000, right? 1억 5천 만. 1억 5천 만. 1억 5천만. Good? It's actually not beginner lesson because it's too big numbers. So it's not easy if you see this for the first time, but don't worry about it. You can also get the screenshot of this chart and put this number to read it, which will make it easy to understand the Korean numbers. Okay. I could buy a huge house in my currency with that amount of money. By the way, people, everyone, Kwati, that was a very good point. With this amount of money, it's very difficult to buy a big house in Korea. In Seoul. I mean, in the in the different area, different city, you can buy a house. But in Seoul, with 1억 5천만 won, you cannot buy a house. You need at least like twice or 3 times higher. Of course, if you want to buy a small house, that's okay. But if you want to buy an apartment with 2 rooms, 3 rooms, you cannot buy a house with this in Seoul. Yes, Korean currency is quite big. Okay, so do you have any question? And luckily, I just got the question from Jamil. Nice timing. So you don't say 10만? Aha, good question. 1, 10, 100, 1000만, 10만. Right, this number, right? We say 10만 because it's 10, right? 10. So it's 10. And then this is 10,000. So we say 10만. Originally, the pronunciation is like this. 10만. But because of the pronunciation rule, it's hard to pronounce it like this. 10만. 10만, 10만. So it's difficult to pronounce it. So we naturally change this P sound like 10만, 10만. Actually, this is about the Korean pronunciation rule, 받침 rule, and I have a full lesson about it. So check out the previous lesson. I will not talk about this older rule when in this number lesson. So what? That's crazy. Too expensive. I'm sorry. Yes, the houses are expensive, and also Korean currency is crazy. $1 is 1,001 already. That's why the number got bigger and bigger. If you think about the Korean numbers, just think if you see the blue, not blue, green. Green bill. Green bill. That's just one green bill. It's just man. If you see two green bills, it's already 10,000, 20,000 won, and I just think 2만. So Korean people think it's very hard, especially when you see the money. Green one is always green bill, one green bill. It's always one. So it's about 10. Actually, it's around like $7 to $9, but then it's hard to calculate it. So let's just say it's like $10. Oops, 10 USD. Green bill. If you see the green bill. Oops. So if you see 5 green bills, what happens? It's just say 5, which is O, and say 만. Just think this green bill, name of green bill is 만. Anyway, don't worry about this. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Akeshis. I reviewed this one more because it's so helpful. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. So, yeah, we have a lot of. So this is a key most important screenshot of today. 짠, 10, 10, 100, 100, 1000, 1000, 만, 10,000, 억, 100 million, 조, trillion. So between 억 and 조, there are some spaces, and just like 만 and 억, just repeat 10, 100, 1000 again. You cut after 억 and say 10, 100, 1000 again. Okay. And this chart will be very helpful. Try to put the numbers here and read it. That will be very useful. Okay. We did a lot today. So anyway, happy holidays everyone. That's the end of today's lesson. And 즐거운 연말연시 보내세요. 즐거운 연말연시 보내세요. Happy holidays. And 짠, if you just joined it, don't forget to check out the link in the description to check out our holiday deals of 2022. We have great deals. I think all of them are good deal, by the way. If you get 24 month premium plus, it's like 55%. It's so cheap, isn't it? And if you want to get just like 1 month, 2 months, or 1 year, then 47% is still good. And if you want to access to KoreanClass101.com until you die, forever, then it's just $599. $599예요. Good deal. 코아티 감사합니다. 메리 크리스마스. 감사합니다. 즐거운 크리스마스 보내세요. Have a happy holidays. Thank you everyone. And next week, I'll be your fortune teller and fortune tell what's gonna happen in 2023 in Korea. Actually, there are some things that are happening, and let me explain it about to you. It will be a YouTube premiere, so yes, you can still chat on live. So please check it out. Merci, bonne fête. Ah, Véronique, merci beaucoup. And Bro. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much. RG, 감사합니다. Trevon, GJ, 코디, 에밀리, 에시 더 그레이트, 코아틱, 스토아, 수미, 데일리 메뉴, 니킬, 카시씨, 자밀. 감사합니다. 니노 선생님 숙제는요? So for those of you who want to do homework during your holiday season, 짠, homework for you. I love enthusiastic student. So first number that I prepared is this. Oops. Oh no. Why is it not showing the number? 짠. Oops. 짠. And let's try bigger number, which is 짠. And let's be a bit more tricky. How about this? So I prepared 3 numbers for you. Please read these numbers. Since both of these 2 numbers end with 1, let me change to something else. There's no 6. Okay, 6. So please read these numbers in Korean and leave a comment on our YouTube and Facebook on Korean Class 101. Good luck. It's a hard one, but with the chart that I showed you. Oops. With this chart. With this chart, it will be easier. So get the screenshot of this and try this. And if you want me to check your homework, you can of course tag my Instagram and on your Instagram story, then I can check and repost your answer. Okay, Kayalo, thank you so much too. I'm glad that you like my class and good luck. Good luck. If you study in college, you have to study a lot. Good luck. Quite tricky homework. Yes, I'm being so tricky for you because I love my students practicing hard. I'm a scary teacher. If you don't do homework, I wouldn't be happy. Your homework will be my Christmas gift, so please do homework for me. And Sakura and Sana, 감사합니다. Merry Christmas. Chart is very good. I'm happy to hear that. 감사합니다. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Oh, actually, I have to show the last screen too. I have something to show you. Yes. 짠, for those of you. 짠, this is the last live of this year. It will be 29th of December, 1 p.m. in Korean time. So, hey, it's so great. I'm scary. You said not scary at all. If you don't do homework, I'll get angry. So if you don't see the scary Cajun, do homework, okay? Nino, the homework is too difficult because I love you to challenge. But actually, if you think this is too hard, you can make your own number and do your own homework. You don't have to do the numbers that I gave you. So it's all up to you. I'm a scary teacher, but I love any students who practice Korean, so I'm not scared to them. So 감사합니다. 다음 주에 봐요. See you next week. 침침 옷